I've got some college football 25 online gameplay for you in this video. Now this is presented by EA Creator Network, as they did allow me to capture this early footage, and this is an earlier build of the game, so it is a work in progress and some small things can change. Now in this video, I'm playing against fellow YouTuber RBT, kind of just having a fun game. This was one of our first games we played, just kind of messing around. But I just wanted to bring you guys an online gameplay, give you some extra content today on the second channel. Notice all the hot route options that are in this game. You don't need an ability to get all these extra hot routes. You can put your running back on any route in the world. You can put your receivers on pretty much any route in the world, which is pretty cool. We're rolling out here, trying to make the defense collapse, and you're going to see that, there's going to be some big plays in this game. I also love the mid screens. I think these are pretty cool this year. They're in a lot of playbooks, and they're a really good wide receiver screen because you tend to get really good blocking on them. You also got cool formations like this. You got the split eye, I believe it's called, so trying to do a little fullback pass there. And I got UCLA, he's got Liberty. They're both like low 80s overall teams, so not playing with any powerhouses or anything like that, which I kind of think is when the game is kind of the most fun, when you're playing with the mid-level teams and not the powerhouses. The powerhouses, can do pretty much everything. They're pretty easy to play with, but when you play with the mid-school, the mid-tier teams, it's a little more challenging. So here we're using a speed out with beautiful timing on the side of the end zone. That's one of my favorite routes in this game. You can put your outside wide receiver on those speed routes. I smart routed it to the end zone, and if you time up the touch pass with this new passing system, you can kind of just drop it right in there just like I did, and you can see the crowd was not liking that. Here's a look at the kick meter as well, which, this isn't so hard to do when you're close or like on kickoffs, extra points, but when you're backed up a little bit, especially on one of the hash marks because they're so wide in college, kick meter can be a little tough, especially if you're on the road and the home field advantage is going. That meter moves so quick that I'm going to be honest, it's almost impossible to make long field goals on the road when the home field advantage and the pulse meter is going crazy. Now, of course, RBT, he's already being a little gimmicky with the no huddle here, but that's kind of college football for you. Fast-paced offense. Here he's pulling out the option. That's what you want to see when you're playing college football. He didn't time it up right there. We knock him out. Almost forced we ddid force a fumble, but we didn't recover it. But you're going to see RBT. He's going to be a little gimmicky. That's how he plays. He's going to do no huddles. You can see when they audible and they switch things. You see the players stand up and turn towards the sideline, which is a pretty cool detail. That's probably the best thing about this game is all of the little presentation details that it does have, and it's just a lot of fun to play, honestly. We were playing this early access, we were recording content, but some nights, we were just playing games because it was just so much fun to play. You're going to see ball carrier moves are pretty good. The spin, the juke, especially the precision ones, I'll probably do a video on that soon, but the precision spin and juke are really good as he cooks me there. I played man defense one-on-one, beat me to the inside, and he gets a big touchdown there. So I do find that man defense seems to be pretty solid in the game, but every once in a while you will get cooked if you play it, which is kind of how it should be, I think. And man should be viable. Some years of like Madden games, sometimes man is unusable. This game, I would say man's pretty good. He's going for 2 here because that's what RBT does. But we make a great user tackle, and then he's going for onside kick. And we're just going to fair catch it right at the 50. But yeah, that's RBT for you. He's not normal. He's not going to kick it deep. He's not going to kick the extra point. He's going to do all the funny stuff. And here we're making a miss with the juke. And that wasn't even the precision juke. That was just like the base juke. But when you use it with the right trigger or R2 button, you get like a faster precision juke, which is really good. Getting hit there in the pocket, trying to get the ball out. You can see the stadium pulse is going up, but because he's at Liberty, I don't know how high this can get. I know it gets like really high at the big schools, the top, toughest places to play. And just look at this dime here, just patience. He bit on me. Look at the catch. Look at the animation on the sideline. Catch animation in this game, absolutely beautiful. The way wide receivers adjust to the ball, unlike anything I've seen before. But yeah, the pulse meter, as we're back in the split eye here, I think it gets higher at the bigger schools, but when you're at some of the smaller schools, there it is. It is high right there, but I think it's a little harder to get it all the way up at the smaller schools, and especially if you're like in a dynasty mode and you have a team that is not good, you're a small school and you're not like really winning games yet, you're not going to have a full crowd, which means you're not going to get the meter all the way up. But for regular play now games, I think you can, because I think regular play now games are usually full crowds. And you can see there, I overkicked and I actually missed the extra point. That's another thing with the kick meter this year is not only do you time the accuracy, but if your power fills all the way up, it's considering an overkick, and you're using too much power, and you're not going to always miss if you overkick, but you have a chance to miss because you're almost sacrificing the accuracy because you're kicking it so hard. Here you can see he's back to the no huddle. We're trying to switch defenses up here a little bit, give them different looks, give them man, give them zone, even give them match. I think match defense is actually really good in this game, like cover 4 quarters. I have trouble beating it, honestly, to be honest with you, but it's definitely good. I'm sure somebody may find a way, to cook it up. We'll see, but I find it to be pretty viable in this game. But it's also easy to score in this game as well, like if you know what you're doing. So it is a game where you're going to have high scoring plays, but I don't think it's impossible to get stops. I definitely think you can get stops in this game. But, once the game's out longer and people start finding out things about it, that's when adjustments get made. People, might find a play that's a little powerful, or they might find a defense that's really powerful. So when you're playing this early access of the game, it's hard to really know where it's going to be a month from now when millions of people are on it every day, finding out everything about it. Here, we're trying to roll out. We got nothing there. We're going to have to throw it away. But you can see here, we don't have like a crazy high scoring game going yet. You see the adjustment on the catch there. That's the stuff I love about the game. Now notice I had a red meter, which means the pass was a little inaccurate, because with this pass system, you can't always bullet everything. Like again, you see the red meter and you have to adjust to make the catch. But the good thing is you can still make these catches. The wide receivers do adjust. They'll spin. They'll, contort their body to make an effort on the catch. But if the coverage is tight and you try to bullet it in there, you might throw a pick because it's not going to be perfectly accurate. Now, if you have like top end QBs with like really good throw power and good accuracy, they don't really get red meters that often, as we're doing the option here for a touchdown. The good QBs don't get the red, inaccurate throws as often as like the mid tier and low tier guys. But if you're playing with those type of guys, you got to like really try to time it up, and you want to bullet it, but you don't want to go, same with the kick meter, like you just don't want to go all the way to the end. You want to stop it right before, so that you're kind of getting a bullet, but you're getting it in a way where it's still going to be accurate. Because I've thrown a lot of picks in tight coverage where, like in Madden, they would have been completed passes, but in this game, they're not, because tight coverage with a slight inaccurate pass will lead to a pick. Now, you can use the other passing systems, if you don't like this one, if you don't like the way this one works. They've got the skill-based passing from Madden in here, and they have the old classic passing that we've had, in Madden for many years. So you can opt to use that if you want. The good thing about this revamp passing system is, like I said, you can get more inaccuracies, but you also get much better ball trajectory with it. So it's a lot better for touch passes, for like middle of the field passes, when you're trying to like just get it over, the head of a linebacker, or like the mid-level guys, like you want to drop it in the bucket, or if you're trying to lob it to the back of the end zone on a streak where you might only have a step on somebody, but you can like really get arc on it and drop it back in there. That's what this system is good for. But if you're a guy that bullet passes everything, you might want to use the older system. So that's just something to think about. But you can see here, we got a pretty good game going so far. We're going to try, to stop here. He's throwing it up. I want you to watch this. Crazy grab. We didn't get the feet in bounds, but a crazy grab there on the user pick. We just couldn't secure the feet, but it's all right. We're playing good defense. It's third down. We're trying to stop him. No, we can't lose the RBT. That's just not what we can do. And he makes a bad pass, and there we go. That's what we were waiting for. It's a pick, and that's going back for 6. No one is going to stop him. No one's even close. And just on the side here, I love UCLA's uniforms. That's why I played with them. I think they're some of my favorite uniforms in college football. I think they just look very clean. You got custom celebrations here. There's a whole list of them in the menu that you can do, all on the joystick and the right trigger and the right bumper and all that. There's like probably 25 or so touchdown celebrations. They got first down celebrations, turnover celebrations, as well, as we're laying the boom here. But yeah, the presentation and all the things like that, I mean, they're really good in this game. All the details are there. I'm really enjoying it a lot right now. As you see here, we're starting to lock up on defense. He hits me with a nice comeback route right there, which they're very good against man, as they should be. He timed it up really well there. So that was a good pass by him. So that's a route you might want to think about. We're sending some pressure, kind of collapsing the pocket. I do think the pocket's pretty solid in this game. I think I'm able to step up a lot and scramble, which I like when it's there, when the lanes are there. So that's really good. And I think the blocking holds up a decent amount. He's going back to the option. We're starting to defend it a little better. I'm clicking off here, then clicking back on. It is hard to tackle in the open field, as it should be. I mean, it's college football. These athletes miss tackles a lot. And he throws another pick. It's number 7 again. That's his second pick in a row. And it's starting to get dark for RBT here. He was hanging with me for a little bit. Now it's getting a little rough. Little fake jet, and look at this pass. Look at the touch. That's what I mean with this system. If you use the older passing systems, that is not a throw that you can make as consistently, in my opinion. I was able to just drop that perfectly in the bucket. And here, again, we got the red meter, which wasn't what we wanted, but the receiver did adjust and make the play. We had just enough room. If that defender was even like a half step closer, that would have been defended, but we got to just kind of get used to the timing on that. I still don't have it completely down yet. And now he's going down the field. We kind of got like a safe lead here. This one's pretty much almost over, but you know, we're still playing for fun, man. This game is a ton of fun. There's no quitting out of this game. He's going to sit here and take off with the QB. Liberty QB actually he's got like the 5th or 6th highest rated QB in the game. Liberty has a really good QB. They have another player that's really good. I forget what position he plays, but Liberty actually not bad in this game. I think they're like a 80, 81, 82 overall, something like that. So they're definitely a viable team if that's your team. You want to run with them online. They're not, you know, a team that's in the 70s or anything like that. So it was a pretty fun gameplay. He's going for 2 here. We're going to pick it off. I mean, he's just doing crazy stuff now. We're going to pitch it, trying to just get funny, and he winds up recovering it, so he does get the 2-point there, and he's back to the onside kicks, as he should be at this point. We almost gave it up. We bobbled it there, which is kind of cool. I like that you have a chance to recover onside kicks, and now we're throwing a pick. I don't know what I was even looking at there. That's the worst throw I've made all game, and now he's trying to make it a game late because he's going to pick 6 me now, so just like that, things turn pretty quickly. He gets the touchdown. You see the fire going off, the detail in the background. You see the crowd jumping. I think the presentation is probably my favorite part about the game. I mean, I love the gameplay too, but the details of the game are just really cool to me. The way the crowds react, all the band songs. You know, it has licensed music in the game as well, but it's just little things like the sound bites they play for teams when they get their first downs. You know, it's what they play in real life, and it's in the game. The band songs they play, or, you know, what happens when most teams score touchdowns. They have, you know, the accurate things in game that they would do in real life. Even the mascots on the sideline, if you pay attention sometimes, they'll be dancing on the sideline, or they'll be reacting to the plays, both good and bad, which I think is cool. Here, where we're getting sticky, we almost get in. We're down to the 1. We're going to punch it in here with a little auto motion, hand it to the running back, and that's going to pretty much do it for us. Now, if you want to check out some more college football 25 gameplay, make sure to check out this video right here on the screen.